Okay, in this video we're going to talk about the new Star Trek series with Patrick Stewart after this. Hello out there, I'm the oldest nerd, and I've been thinking about this since Patrick Stewart announced during San Diego Comic-Con that he was going to return to the Star Trek universe as Picard 20 years later. Now, let's back up a little bit and explain how this happened. It seems that after the firing of the showrunners for Star Trek Discovery, Alex Kurtzman, who had been the executive producer all along, has been made the showrunner for Discovery and also assigned to CBS for 4 more series. Now, he's going to do some mini episodes before Discovery comes back, and then Discovery is going to go into its 2nd season, and sometime after that, or maybe even partially concurrent with it, they are going to start one of 4 different series. They have in mind a cartoon series, a series about Khan, a series about, we think, Starfleet Academy, although they've been bouncing around Starfleet Academy stories ever since Harv Bennett came on during Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. They said the next one was going to be Starfleet Academy, but it's never happened, and I somehow think that that's the project that just will never come to light. At any rate, another one though, and the one we're going to talk about today, the one with Patrick Stewart playing Jean-Luc Picard once again, but 20 years after Star Trek Nemesis. Now, what are they going to do? We know, for instance, that the Dominion War will be over by this time, that Voyager will have come home through a Borg portal. So there is a possibility that the Borg could be in this, that we could include some other characters from any of the other Trek shows that were in the same time frame as Next Generation, which would include Deep Space Nine, it would include Voyager, it would include that era. But as they've reported before, they have not yet really picked up a script or a plot or anything hard to do the show on. They've just been throwing some ideas around at Patrick Stewart, and he's interested in some of the things that they have done, but they have not really settled on what kind of story it's going to be, whether he's going to be a captain or not by that time, or if he's going to have a ship, or if he's going to be a Federation ambassador, or who knows what. But something gave me an idea. I've been reading articles about reactions to Patrick Stewart returning to Star Trek, and it's all been very enthusiastic, and people had some ideas about what kind of story it could be. Maybe Borg, maybe we can bring back Data, maybe we can mix in with some of the DS9 characters, maybe we can bring Janeway in, who knows what. But one of the reactions I saw that I found rather interesting was by Wil Wheaton. This was very shortly after the news came out, and he talked about how excited he was. He's been a lifelong Trekkie. He's also been an actor in other things besides Star Trek, but he's well known for his role as Wesley Crusher. And immediately people on the net, according to the article I read, started tweeting back, "Shut up, Wesley." It comes from one line during the 1st season where they're in the middle of a crisis and Wesley has an idea and Picard says, "Shut up, Wesley." And it's become kind of a funny line. Wil Wheaton is offended by it, though, because, I mean, you know, it was the beginnings of the hate campaign that went against him through all the time he was on the show. He eventually just got up and left because he thought everybody hated him. It wasn't really the case, but that was all he heard, and it caused someone who was a good actor, and if you don't think he was a good actor, go out and watch Stand By Me. He was like 10 years old when that movie was made, and it was a brilliant acting job there. And I think what his problem was in The Next Generation was that he was badly written. This was a character that Gene Roddenberry wanted in the show and named him after his own middle name, Gene Wesley Roddenberry. So we have Wesley Crusher, Wesley the boy genius, the teenager on the bridge, the acting ensign. All of this was Roddenberry's idea to put himself vicariously aboard the ship. And a lot of people didn't like it. And the writers didn't much care for it either, and wrote it badly and never knew exactly what to do with him. And so they were just as happy when he left the show. But it was a terrible waste. So I'm thinking there may be a way to redeem Wil Wheaton. By now he's in his low to mid 30s. I don't know exactly his age. It'll go up here in a second. But he's just at the right age to be at a command position. Why not give him a ship? Now, I know in the last TNG episode that he was in, he went with a traveler and phased off into who knows where. But, I mean, it doesn't take much writing acumen to figure out how to bring him back and to have whatever, he could save the world or something, and they would give him back his commission and he could be promoted and eventually be a ship's captain and interact with Picard that way. Picard could be a Starfleet ambassador, he could be an admiral, and Crusher could actually be a ship's captain. He's the right age now, he's got the acting chops for it, and he's not working anywhere else, especially since Big Bang Theory is going out of production. So this would be a perfect vehicle for him in a supporting role behind Patrick Stewart. They have pretty good chemistry, really, and I think that it would be fun. I think it would be something that I would want to watch. So what would you think? Would that be something that would entertain you, or would you rather mash up some other characters for this Picard-centric program? Let me know what you think in the comments, and while you're there, why not click on subscribe, or you can click on the circle in right here, and also click the bell down there so that you'll be notified as soon as a new video comes out. Until then, don't go far.